Alright, so I am going to try to summarize as fast as I can basically what's been happening this past month and a half, because it's kind of been a crazy one, and then I'm going to set you guys up on the tripod and yeah, we'll start the video. Alright, so first of all, I started off by basically I stretched my entire left hip flexor, and that completely took me out for a solid month, meaning I couldn't skate, couldn't run, basically just couldn't do sport. And then basically as soon as that started to get better, well, I got tested positive for COVID-19. So yeah, that meant I had to, of course, quarantine in my house for a week and a half. And then it's only been the past week to 2 weeks now that I've been slowly coming back to sport. And I have done 3 skate sessions, which have felt quite good. However, my physio said that I have to still try and be a little careful, which is why today I thought was a good idea to show you basically what my warm-up routine is for a skate session or before a skate session. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm sure most of you, when you go to your local park or any park that you skate a lot, or just any park for that matter, you always have like a set of tricks that you always do on the same set of obstacles as your warm-up routine. Now that's exactly what I do. However, I feel like my warm-up routine is a lot longer and more structured compared to most, as that's just how I've kind of developed it over the years. As you'll see later, I do a lot of the basic tricks, and that's basically just to make sure those legs are 100% warmed up to prevent injury, and also just getting really comfortable with the basic tricks always helps. So yeah, basically I always start off my warm-ups by just doing a couple simple tricks on the China bank and the pool coping. So just a couple transition tricks, no pop, no nothing, just to get the legs all nice and just kind of loosened up a bit, and then I'll move to the bank and you'll see from there. Alright, so now that my legs are all nice and loose, or at least somewhat more loose than they were before I started skating, what I like to do next is basically almost every single non-basic flip trick that I know on the bank. And as I said, this is just what I've been doing for years. And also, as I said, getting those basics down is always a really good and important thing. So I'm going to take this jacket off because it's actually starting to get a bit warm now, do all my basic tricks on the bank, and yeah. Alright, so once I've done the 4 basics in all 4 stances, before I go to slightly more advanced but still non-flip trick tricks on the bank, I do like doing a couple grinds and manuals on this mani pad right here. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go back to the bank, do a couple more basics, and then yeah, I'll continue from there. So now that I've done basically all the non-flip tricks but still pretty basic on the bank, I then like to move on to the rail. I don't know a lot of tricks on rail, and I don't do them all. I usually just during the warm-up I usually just do a board slide, and then after that I like doing all the heel flip tricks. and kickflip tricks and all those types of flip tricks that I can do on the bank. So I'm going to put you guys back on the tripod, and yeah, let's hit the rail. Heading to the end of my warm-up now, as this is basically where I like to do all the tricks that I missed out on flat ground, as skating flat ground and getting your tricks good on flat ground is a lot different than getting them on the bank, as it's a completely different feel. So yeah, all the tricks that I missed out I like doing on flat ground, and then there's still one small thing I do after that, which I'll show you later, and then yeah, that's my warm-up done. I always like to finish my warm-ups with one simple tray flip on the bank, and once I've done that, then I basically, well yeah, I'm warmed up, I get a session, and then I just go home. So yeah, we're going to get that tray flip, and then yeah, I'm just going to get a session. Alright, so once I've done that tray flip, yeah, that's basically my entire warm-up routine done, and it's usually about this time where I usually start feeling a bit of sweat, which always indicates to me that I'm properly warmed up. Now, if you noticed, I don't do any stretching, or at least I do, but only after my session is done, as I know there's a lot of people that like to stretch before, but I've always been told by my physio and a lot of people that stretching while your muscles are still cold can actually cause an injury, and as I seem to be quite good at getting injuries, and I just seem to be injured a lot, I don't do that, as I just try to minimize the risk of me getting injured as much as possible. So yeah, if you guys have a warm-up routine, just tell me down in the comments below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a like. Now that I'm back on the board, and hopefully I'm going to stay fit for as long as possible, I'm going to try again with the weekly uploads. So if you didn't know, I upload a video every week on a Wednesday. And yeah, again, if you like this video, like it, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next week.